This has been the most interesting weekend of my life, I want to say. It's been filled with some questionable and some may say stupid decisions. I honestly don't know what I was thinking, but it's okay. I feel like we've all been through a time where we wish we could erase a whole entire weekend or just a memory. I took a shower this morning, and that's how you know it's bad, because I don't shower in the morning, I take night showers. Someday I'm gonna say fuck it and just spill all the beans, but it's too soon right now to drop all the lore. I need to wait it out, like maybe a year or two. Sometimes I forget that real people watch my videos, and that includes my friends and my family, so I don't want to say anything that I'm gonna regret. I don't think anyone understands how much I love this product. If I was a cave diver, I would dive into this hole right now. It's so good. I use this every single day. The amount of work I have to do today is actually unimaginable. I have a 20-page paper, that sounds so fucked up to say out loud, due today, and we were supposed to work on it throughout the whole entire semester. But silly, stupid me didn't realize that we were supposed to be working on it this whole time, and I just found out about it literally a week ago. So yeah, I need to finish that today. And then I have to make an ad for my marketing class, and I was kind of thinking, I was like, wait, I should just reuse one of my ads that I have up on my page. Okay, I just took the beauty filter off because I love the beauty filter, but sometimes it makes me look like a blob of blurriness. Anyways, and then I also have a group assignment, but I already did that this morning because I don't want to stress out about that. So that's thankfully out of the way, but the other 2 assignments are due today at 5 p.m. My neighbor found a cute little like cafe nearby, so we're gonna go and study there in a bit. And then we're probably gonna go get food after because we love to eat. Also, I didn't realize how foggy out it was, because usually you can see like a few buildings in my get ready with me's, but it's so covered up today. I need to lock the fuck in for the rest of this month because it's coming to an end, and there's so many like things. I keep talking about this, but you know. My friend that was visiting me from home just left yesterday, and it's honestly kind of sad because I feel like I've been around so many people this past week, and now I'm just like alone again. But I feel like it's also a good thing that I'm alone again because I've been super sidetracked this past week with everything going on, and now I can like lock in again. Okay, that's all for the get ready with me today. Bye guys.
I think if a lot of you met me in real life, you wouldn't actually like me. Because I'm so chronically online, I make a lot of niche references and jokes that just flies over most people's heads. So here's some examples of some of the stupid jokes I tell all the time. I say I'm finna be a lot, which is of course in reference to I'm finna be in the pit. Honestly, I'm finna be is not even that niche of a reference, but I guess most people have a life because anytime I reference it, most people do not know what I'm talking about. Like somebody will ask me to go out and I'll be like, oh, I can't, I'm finna be in the library. Like I want to go, but I'm finna be studying. And they'll be like, why are you saying it like that? Just say you're going to the library. Some of you weren't on TikTok in 2020, and honestly it shows. Another video from 2020 that I reference all the time is the Charli D'Amelio "Let Me In Please." In case you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a video of Charli D'Amelio and she's like locked outside of a house or something, and she goes up to the door and is like, let me in please. That's my best impression, sorry. But yeah, anytime I'm locked out somewhere, or if I'm just like trying to get into a door, I will do that. I'll go, let me in please. Yeah, so most people probably think I'm really weird. This next one though, I can almost guarantee none of you know what I'm talking about. Instead of saying forever, I'll say 5 ever, and that's in reference to a random post I saw on Instagram in like 2015. It was one of those cringy couple posts, and they said, bae, I love you 5 ever, because that's one more than 4 ever. Yeah, really stupid, but I reference it all the time because I think it's hilarious. This one's a more recent reference, but I've been saying who that in the back. Literally anytime I see a guy who I think is hot, I will just be like, who that in the back? It's gotten to the point where like my friends know my type. So if there's somebody that they know I'm gonna find attractive, they just turn to me and they're like, don't even bother. Okay, last one. It's technically not an internet reference. It's from Rick and Morty, but I don't use the term DILF. I say beekeeping age. There's a scene in Rick and Morty where the dad is doing beekeeping as a hobby, and the daughter's friend thinks the dad is hot, and she says, how old is your dad? He's definitely beekeeping age. Not to expose my roommate, but we met her dad recently, and I'm not gonna lie, he was like hot for a dad. But like, how do you tell your friend that you think their dad is hot? So she comes back and she's like, what'd you guys think of my dad? And we all like look around, and I'm like, okay, I'll break the news. So I was like, do you know that your dad is beekeeping age. And yeah, that just confused her more. Maybe I should stop making references and get like an original sense of humor. Okay, that's all. Bye guys.
So I heard that some of you guys have your English GCSE very soon, and that brought me back to a year ago when I was doing my English GCSE, and it was a traumatic experience, okay? So I'm going to tell you why, and hopefully convince none of you guys to do what I did, because it was not good, and I know there are people thinking about doing it. So I had always loved English GCSE. It had been my favourite subject by far. I loved literature, and I was like generally pretty good at English. Like I really loved it, right? And English literature paper 1 was one of the first exams that I had, so naturally, like the day before, I was doing so much revision, and I had been doing English literature revision for like a month prior to that, so really I did not need any more revision. Like I was fine, I was set. And all of that went down the drain. Like literally all of the 5 years of learning the bloody same books over and over again, all of it went down the drain from this one decision that I decided to do the day before the exam, and that was to do an all-nighter. I was so paranoid I'd get like a terrible question that I didn't know anything about. I was so paranoid about everything. I was just convinced that I was not prepared enough, and I definitely was. So I stayed up all night revising like so much. I went to bed at like 5 and I woke up like 6:30, so yeah, I didn't have any sleep. Like I woke up extremely tired, so I was just like, I'm just gonna, you know, like wake up from a quick power nap, and I'm just gonna drink this like really strong coffee, and then on top of that, I thought it was a great idea to have a caffeine pill, you know, to combat my extreme tiredness. Worst idea of my life. So I woke up that day, I had all that stuff, and I was feeling good. I was like honestly feeling like I was gonna ace this test. Like there was nothing wrong with how I was feeling. I was like, I'm just gonna do this test, I'll go home and I'll just go to sleep. Like it's fine, I'll just like power through this one test. Even when I went to the exam, I was like feeling really confident. I opened that test paper and I got a Lady Macbeth question, and I was so happy. I was grinning from ear to ear. I was so happy. I was feeling so good about this. And I knew Lady Macbeth from the back of my palm. Like I knew her, like I knew everything about her. But as soon as I started writing, as soon as I started trying to like think of what to write or to recall any quotes, memory gone. Like my memory was completely wiped. Like all the 5 years of revision, like that whole like all-nighter of just revising so much, and I did a lot of Lady Macbeth that night, gone. I couldn't remember anything. And at that point, I feel like all the caffeine that I just had taken, and bear in mind, this was on an empty stomach. I didn't have anything to eat because I didn't have time. All that was in my system was just caffeine, like really, like loads and loads of like really strong caffeine. My body was feeling really weird. Like honestly, I was so focused on everything else but my test. I couldn't focus. Like I could hear so much, and I could like smell the farts before they even came out people's butts. I swear it was like Stefan Salvatore would say, all my senses were heightened. Everything was just on 1,000%, and I felt so jittery, and my stomach was feeling so bad, and like, oh my god, and it was so bad. It was so bad, and I had like this ringing in my ear the whole time, and I couldn't focus. I literally could. Oh my god, I'm actually getting like PTSD just thinking about it. Like even like, oh my god, I don't know how to explain it. It was so bad, and I couldn't remember anything. I wasn't able to finish my essay. Like it was so bad, and so naturally I came out of the exam bawling my eyes out. Like I was crying so much, and like I ran out of that exam. I remember, this is such a vivid memory. I ran out of the exam, and then I ran into like the bathroom and I started crying, and then I came out, my eyes were like so red, and I think like the head of year saw me. This is so embarrassing. He saw me like, having a mental breakdown. He like brought me into his office, and he called my parents saying that I was having a panic attack, and low-key I was. So he called my parents to come get me, and in the meantime he also called in my English teacher. She also came in, and she saw me like crying, and I was crying on the opposite. Oh, it was so embarrassing. And I was just, because I was really scared, right, because I had to get like at least a 6 in like English and maths to get into the IB, which is something I had been planning on doing. So I was really scared I wasn't going to get my 6 anymore because of this flopped exam. And then one of the things that the head of year said, he was like, it's alright, you know, you're always welcome, no matter what you get in the exam, you're always welcome in our 6th form. And I was like, low-key, that made me want to cry even more, because I did not want to go to that 6th form. Like honestly, I was going to start bullying even more after he said that. No shade to that school, but I just really did not want to go to their 6th form. I didn't want to go to 6th form in general, and I wanted to go to this exact college and do this exact program. But I locked in for paper 2 and treated my body right. I went to sleep, I had breakfast, and I did so well on that paper that I ended up getting a 7 in English literature, which I was so surprised with. But yeah, so moral of the story, if you're planning on doing an all-nighter, don't do it. It's literally like, I literally saw a video the other day explaining that biologically your brain is going to do that. Like, it was so weird because it was literally like a mirror of exactly what happened to me. Like, the video was explaining that, like, you do an all-nighter, you wake up feeling good, and when it goes to your exam, like, your memory is just going to be completely wiped, so your brain can't process, your brain can't focus. And I think that, along with all like the caffeine, everything was so bad. And yeah, so if you take anything from this video, is please don't do an all-nighter. No matter how unprepared you feel, don't do it. Trust me. You won't be able to retain information. It's so bad. But yeah, so I hope I convinced some of you guys to not do an all-nighter. I hope you all have an amazing day. Good luck with your English exams. I hope it went better than mine did. Yeah, I love you all so much. Bye-bye.
Here are things that I do coming from someone who is extremely organized, and that's how I function. I am super clean and organized, and that's just how, like, it's literally how my brain works. I always have a scrub daddy and like some sort of like shower cleaner in my shower, and while I take a shower, sometimes I'll just like clean. I feel like that's like makes the most sense to me. Like, why would I not clean the shower when I'm already in there? After I'm done getting ready like for a night out, I have to organize and clean my room and put everything back together before I can leave and like go and enjoy the night, or like I will literally think about it all night. I make a to-do list every night for the next day, what I need to get done, and I will not go to sleep until I get everything on my to-do list done. Like, I love checking off my reminders of like things that I've completed for the day, and it just like makes me feel so satisfied. My closet, literally since the ripening age of like 9 years old, has been color coordinated. Everything's categorized by color, so I have like brown, white, cream, pink. That's just how I find like my clothing items if I have to make my bed in the morning, or like I won't have a good day. I hate having a messy room. Even whenever I was little, I like hated that I wasn't messy. I thought it was like cool to have like a messy room for some reason. Whenever I was little, I would play housekeeper, and I would just clean everything, and like my mom loved it, and I literally thought it was gonna be like my job, just cleaning houses. The thing about me is I hate clutter, so I do not keep things that I do not use or wear. I will sell it or I'll get rid of it. I just don't like having just unnecessary things. This set is, I got it from these three, and they have like 3 different colors, and it's like athletic slash like lounge set, and it's adorable. Of like adding just a last minute blush to that video because I have a lot of crazy organized things that I do. Anyways, bye y'all.
Hi guys, get ready with me while you are not a girl's girl. You are not a girl's girl if you're only ever interested in a man after your bestie says something about him. Like, the moment she mentions she thinks he's cute, you want him too. And the thing is, oh, okay, he's a man, he wants us both. Obviously, he wants you both. But why would you want him back if she already wants him? You are not a girl's girl if you subtly but surely keep bringing your bestie down in front of men. Like, you'll mention something that they won't necessarily notice it's embarrassing, but she'll get embarrassed by it. This happened to me. You are not a girl's girl if your bestie asks what's the test subject and you purposely ignore her just so she'll do bad. Just so you'll do better. Maybe bestie's smarter than you, and maybe that's okay. You are not a girl's girl if when your bestie has something you don't, you instantly get jealous instead of asking for advice. Like when she has better hair or better skin or better grades, instead of asking for advice like a friend, you just get jealous and you want to take it away from her. And I know sometimes it's natural instinct, it's okay to get jealous, but if your instinct is to take it away from her, correct your actions. I know sometimes it's involuntary, but correct your actions. You are not a girl's girl if you're in a girl's night out and you bring a man. What do you mean? You're gonna bring a man to a girl's night out? Or even worse, you abandon your girls to go out with some random man you just found. And on that same night out line, you are not a girl's girl if you get mad at your bestie and you leave without her when she's drunk. I get it, sometimes drunk girls are annoying, get annoyed pretty easily, but why would you leave her there? Why would you do that? I feel like it's simple girl math. We came here together, we're going home together. You are not a girl's girl if when your bestie gets complimented, your first instinct is to say something negative about her so it'll tone the compliment down? Like someone goes, oh my gosh, your hair is so pretty. And then she goes, oh my gosh, she could not be more wrong. Like last year, it was fried. She did something. She did, like, why would you do that? You are not a girl's girl if you keep hanging out with her ex and posting about it as well. Except for the rare occasion where, like, you met him first or he's, like, your brother, then obviously. But if none of these are the case, why would you hang out with him and post about it? Hanging out is bad enough, but posting about it, you know how people talk, and it's gonna be embarrassing for her. Why would you want to put her in that situation? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. You're not a girl's girl if there's no proof of a situation and you take someone else's side. Like, why? Especially if it's a guy, because why would you? Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not one of the all guys are bad girls. No. My best friend, the one I FaceTime all the time, the person I send pictures to all the time, that's a guy in my life. So I'm not from that narrative. But I'd still, like, my girl best friends, whenever a random guy that isn't my best friend comes to me and says, oh, she should talk to. No, I'm not gonna believe you. I'm gonna talk to her. I'm not gonna pretend it never happened. I'm gonna talk to her. And then we're gonna figure it out. Especially if that random guy has a history of lying, okay? Just being honest. And last but certainly not least, you're not a girl's girl if you choose social status over your friend. And it's not even true. If it's not something she did, it's a rumor that she did it, and you just, okay, I can't be your friend right now because you're being shit talked. Like, girl, get out of here. And if you're in a situation with a friend like that, drop them. I was in a situation with a friend like that 2 years ago, and I dropped her, and let me tell you, I miss her, and life got better. Life just got better, okay? And that's today's makeup. I hope you guys like it. Love you all. Stay safe. Bye.